We started this lesson off talking about how God's perspective is drastically different than our perspective. So let's look at what it is. Psalm 14, 1 through 3, 53, 1 through 3, and Romans 3, 10 through 12 all tell us. So it must be important. The Bible puts it in here at least 3 times. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They do abominable deeds. There is none who does good. The Lord looks down from heaven on the children of man to see if there are any who understand, who seek after God. They have all turned aside. Together they have all become corrupt. There is none who does good, not even one. So now we're back to the disciples' question from the last lesson. Well, then who then can be saved? Jesus replied, what is impossible with man is possible with God. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because they have not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. This is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light, because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light, and will not come into the light, for fear that their deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly that what they have done has been done in the sight of God. Now people get hung up on verse 18. Again, because they think there's some kind of fundamental unfairness, that people are condemned simply for not believing. That's not what it says. It says whoever does not believe stands condemned already. If 2 men are both poisoned, they're already both condemned to die. Now, if they're both offered an antidote, one believes and partakes of that antidote, his sentence is commuted and he's given a whole new lease on life. If the other refuses, it's not unfair that he goes on to perish, to die. Now, we're all born with this infection of sin. This poison is already in our system. And most of us embrace it. We just accept it as natural. It's just the way of life. But Jesus offers us an antidote. And the antidote is his very blood itself. As they were eating, he took bread. And after blessing it, broke it and gave it to them and said, "Take this. This is my body." And he took a cup. When he had given thanks, he gave it to them. And they all drank of it. And he said to them, "This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many." But to most people, this whole concept is repugnant. They refuse the free gift, because this is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that their deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly that what they have done has been done in the sight of God.